Welcome back, folks, to Let's Replay Albion. When last we left off, beyond this doorway is the final encounter of Khamulon, and we're going to move into it so that encounter behind us doesn't catch up, and we have to fight 6 more magicians before we get to the ending of this section of the game. Arthur, the Master of Ceremonies, Rain, who welcomed Tom and his companions to Khamulon, and Kuwain himself, the leader of Khamulon, and the Kengit Khamulos sit in the room behind the door. Baffled, the Kengit stare at the intruders. Well, I would be surprised as well if we got all the way here. And now it is cutscene time. What are you thinking? No impure person may enter this room, and no impure person will ever leave this room alive. Rain, restrain yourself. Especially the impure must never make you lose your self-control. This is Kuwain, the leader of the Kengit Khamulos, and he has quite a lot to say. Explain yourself. What do you want here? And how did you find your way in here? We were not admitted and therefore had to find our own way. It is important. Very important. Ultimately, it will affect your very existence and that of your order. Who are you, who is seeking death, that makes you speak here, and who are your companions? My name is Tom Driscoll, and like you, I came from the planet Earth, only I was born there, and came here in a skyship. My companions are friends who accompany me on my mission. Albion is in danger. The ship from which I came here has already begun to destroy your planet, noble Kuwain. We need your high knowledge in order to stop the destruction and destroy the ship. Well, that was very compelling. Perhaps we might even be able to sway him. You are a fool, Driscoll, for your heart is sincere and does not feel the hate which accompanies you. He is now going to look at everyone in our party, and focus on Thunag. Uh-oh, I think we're in trouble. You have been betrayed, Earthling. The high knowledge is here, but you will not get it. The Kengit will not flee from the final war that was prophesied long ago. It seems the time has come and Khamulos calls for the last battle. It seems like they have a prophecy just for this situation. That's not good whatsoever. I don't know what hate you mean, noble Kuwain, but I do know that no one really knows what takes part in the last battle. And it has been said that men who are impure in life may stand on the right side when they die a pure death. But no one knows whom the living will be on the right side when the time of the last battle comes. All of my companions want to save Albion. We stand on your side. Let us assume that you are right, Earthling. Let us assume that in the last battle the Kengit will be joined by the just men, who have not conquered their anger, but stand for the right cause, whatever this may be. Let us assume that to win the last battle, I must hand you our high wisdom. Would I do this? Naturally I would. This is leading up to something bad. Let us further assume that in the last battle, the Iskai, even female Iskai and human beings will stand at our side. Then who stands on the other side? There aren't many left. Perhaps Thunag the traitor? Yes, probably Thunag, right? Looking at Thunag, but who do I see by your side? Did you think I wouldn't recognize you? You were able to change your face, traitor, but the lie in your eyes remains. Your cowardice, which poisons this room, remains. So that is why Thunag could not be recognized in Khamulon, because he's altered his face, but he couldn't alter his eyes. You have been deceived, Driscoll. You cannot be the messenger of the last battle, and even if you were, then you do not stand on our side. Why, Thunag, did you come here? What drives me, Cairnain? You know the answer. Who was it that set me up to murder the Kuwain? I can still hear your voice. This is your order, Thunag, the task which Khamulos has assigned to you. Go and slay Argag. Revenge is what drives me, and that is the only reason I am here. You used me as your tool for power. The poor creatures here are mine. You will not spare them if you conquer me, but I will. I will even give them the high wisdom, and that is why they will still fight for me, even though I have deceived them. Today, you will see your god. And now Thunag's treachery is pretty much revealed in the sense that we have been used as unwitting pawns in his revenge. I mean, it's revenge that will ultimately get us what we want, but it's still revenge. He cares that little about us. What does that mean, Thunag? I'm sorry, Tom. None are interested in your lies, Thunag. Your sacrilege is irredeemable, just like your shame. I don't think they're lies. I think the Kuwain here is trying to save face. You can fight this battle only with auxiliary troops. I've always been very suspicious about your means of fighting, always ensuring that your opponents die as painfully as possible. No one believes you here, but you're right. I will not spare your helpers when I have conquered you. Thus, you can see who is honourable here, Driscoll. I almost feel sorry for you, but you're on the wrong side. We have nothing to do with your dirty intrigues. You're a fool, Driscoll, and you will always be a fool, for you are an instrument of my revenge. I loved Arghag, but Karnain drove us apart with his intrigues. He even succeeded in directing my goodwill against the Kuwain. He used me for his purposes, just as I am now using you to avenge the old Kuwain. I always knew that the traitor Kuwain was waiting for us in this room, but like I said, you will get your high wisdom if you help me one last time. He might actually do that, Driscoll. He might give you the high wisdom afterwards. However, I wouldn't be too sure if I were in your place. But there is no more time for idle conversation. No honourable word will ever come out of the Thunag's mouth. He has desecrated my sanctuary enough with his stinking statements. It is time for him to die. Prepare to face Khamulon! And he is not joking. He is now Khamulon, and Thunag for some reason is over here rather than over there, but that doesn't matter. Khamulon is very intimidating. Khamulon can attack twice in one round, and the fact that that scabbard there has no sword in it doesn't make any difference, because Khamulon summons a sword out of nothing, and Khamulon hits very, very hard. Khamulon can also cast spells, which is also very dangerous. But why did we level up Thorn Snare to maximum? We leveled up Thorn Snare to maximum just for this situation. By the way, Khamulon goes before Syrah. Syrah actually is slower than Khamulon, which does make sense because the Kuwain is currently being possessed by a god. Let's see how we do against a god, shall we? That is one hit, and it didn't do that much, and that one didn't do that much either. And now, you have been frozen in place, Khamulon, and that will probably be it for this encounter, unfortunately. Because, Khamulon is probably not going anywhere now. That is how effective Thorn Snare is. Frost spells would have done absolutely nothing. There wouldn't have even been a thing that says that Khamulon resisted, because they just don't work. And there we go. As long as we don't move here, Khamulon is completely incapable of hurting us. You'd think that Khamulon, this ancient god of war, would be able to resist a spell as simple as this. But no, now that we've done this, Khamulon is entirely at our mercy. And I have to say, this is a much better way of dealing with this than the first time round when I first Let's Played, because I think this fight was very difficult. Khamulon has 650 hit points, which is quite a lot, and if Khamulon is running around dealing lots of physical attacks and casting spells, this is a really tricky fight, but as it stands, it's not a tricky fight whatsoever now. Leveling up Thorn Snare to maximum, this is the payoff for doing so. One fight that is rendered absolutely easy. I mean, Melthus and Thunag, and there he goes! He turns back into the Kuwain, and then he dies. And everyone in the party gets 500 experience, but I think we get a fair more than that. Tom is now level 33, Melthus is now level 30, Harriet is now level 26, and here is the High Knowledge. A critical plot item. It has the blue border of that. It doesn't do anything, it's just a document, and everyone can use it, even though it can't be equipped, and there we go. And now, a bloody corpse here. There aren't many of them in the game, but here is one of them. And they're pretty speechless. For a moment, silence reigns after the frightful battle. but 2 remaining Kengit Khamulos stare at the corpse of their Kuain, which is no longer possessed by the god Khamulos, and as you can imagine, they're a little angry. Very angry. So angry that he gets out of his chair. You have conquered the Kuain while he was possessed by Khamulos. For that you will die a 3-year death in pure dog. Stop, Arthur. You have seen what these fighters are capable of. Pretty much will die horribly. Certainly they can be conquered if you call the others, but consider the consequences. Khamulos has been conquered in open combat by impure ones. The shock will be even greater for the others than for us. By my honor, you're right. We will explain the death of the Kuain in an honorable way. Engage Operation Cover-Up, because yes indeed, they don't want everyone to know that a bunch of people stormed into Khamulon and just killed Khamulos. I mean, that would be pretty bad for morale. Impure ones, you have what you came for. You will remain alive in spite of your unspeakable deed. I will escort you out of Khamulos through an escape route. Never return to this place. Be silent about this event. Otherwise, there is no place on this world where we will not find you. Rain leads Tom and the companions silently through narrow passages up to a breach in the side of the mountain. Without any further words, he lets everyone step through the opening and closes the camouflage door. And guess what? We are finally out of Khamulon. The lush green of Albion is before us. It is done. Finally, it is done. Exhausted, the companions lie down so they can rest and regain their energy. My god, we have survived! Thunag, we have to talk about what has happened with the Kengit Khamulos. You've used us as a tool for your revenge, and have consequently risked all of our lives. I will not apologize for what has happened. Argag, the Kuain before that swine of a Karnain, was the only human being whom I have loved. Karnain ended the only happy period in my life. At least his death has given me some happiness. I am sure you know I am here for my own motives. I believe, based on what has happened, that I must offer you my services as warrior again. If you say you can do without my talents, I will go. Tell me, what is your decision? Should Thunag leave the group? Normally I'd say no at this point, because Thunag is very high level at this point and does have a lot of useful spells, but in this instance, I don't think Tom can forgive him for what he's done. You should go. I will not have anything to do with anyone who is prepared to sacrifice his companions' lives for his own selfish purposes. I would like you to leave us, Thunag. As you wish. Farewell. He does hand over all of his items, which is really good, and Thunag is gone. We will never see him ever again. So we're just going to... I think that's maybe all the items. I don't think it's all of them, but it is the important ones. So we're going to take this metal helmet here, and the heavy chainmail. We're also going to take the fire... Actually, we can't take that right now. Can you take it? We're going to have to do some inventory shuffling here, that's for sure. Let's drop this item, shall we? There we go, we'll just get rid of that. And can we pass this over to you? I think we can. There we go. We also want to drop this jewel here. No purpose to have that lying around. Harriet, can you carry any of these items? You can carry that, I think. And you could also carry this power amulet. Oh, no, you can't carry the power amulet. We'll have to get somebody else to hold that. We don't need these jewels. We don't need that meat either. We also want that item, but we'll give it to somebody else. There we go. We just need to do a little bit of inventory shuffling, but in the long run, we can just get rid of all of these jewels. We're not going to be using any of them. They're not really that valuable compared to the items that we can be carrying instead, like, for instance, all of these pieces of equipment. The silver chain, not so much, but everything else is pretty valuable. Let's get rid of... Actually, we can't do that. We need a little more space in our inventory. Do we need a pair of boots? I suppose we need one, but let's finally get rid of the red sword. We're actually never going to be using that, are we? Realistically, it's never ever going to be used. We do have a small pile of potions here that we could pass on to somebody, but who are we giving them to? This is the difficult part. Hey, we want to hold on to all the items we have, but we don't have the inventory space to do it part. Also, 3 pieces of meat. We don't need those pieces of meat whatsoever. Goodbye, pieces of meat. I think we pretty much have everything that we want here. But Thunag is now gone. and I don't think we want any more of those items. We want to leave the rest of them on the floor for somebody else to encounter. And over here is the way that we're going to go to pick up our new companion to replace Thunag. There we go, we'll just go through here, and we want to go into the magical portal and into all kinds of areas that we haven't been before. You know, it's so refreshing to actually to go to these other areas. We want to go to the southern areas of Mani, because we're going to pick up Siobhan. We're going to have a frontline fighter in the party instead for a while. Somebody who can deal hits and take them. Admittedly, somebody who also is probably vastly underleveled compared to the rest of the party, but that will change over time, and no amount of underleveling, well, underleveling isn't great, no amount of underleveling can really be caught up unless everyone else is unconscious, but equipment will do quite well to plug the gap, so it were. And I think Siobhan is a pretty sturdy fighter anyway. We want to, I think, go this way? I don't exactly remember which way we want. We want to go this way, definitely. Down here, and then the path should go. Yep, the path should go this way, and that is not where we want to go whatsoever. That is not the route. Unfortunately, we have gone the wrong way. Very much the wrong way. Let's instead go this way, shall we? Over here, and I think over here. Yes, we need to go in this direction. It's been so long since I've been to Beloveno that I forgot how to get there. But here we are, in Beloveno. And it is such a nice thing to be back here. Such a nice thing indeed. Now, we want to go, I think, over here. I don't know if Thunag's going to be back where we previously encountered him, but we're not going to be having Thunag anymore. Are you? Ah, there you are. Hello, I was about to say, are you in here? But yes, you are. Hello, how are you? Schemer Din, indeed. We are looking for reinforcements. I think we may have already had this dialogue, but I'll say it again. Schemer Din. If you're looking for reinforcements for your group, I hereby offer my services. It can be advantageous to have a warrior with you. I'm not a master warrior, but I've gathered a lot of experience. In any case, I would like to join you. It doesn't matter to me where I go or what goals you pursue, as long as I can travel around the world, learn about new things, and exercise myself in battle. We'd like you to come with us. Good, I'll come with you. And now Siobhan is in our party, and she is only level 7, but she has 28 training points, which we're going to be using to great effect. Let's go and pass over some items that I know she's going to get a lot of use out of. Let's see what we can do. We don't want to use any magic here. We just want to give items over. We also want to buy a lot of very nice things indeed. We'll give that over. And this and a pair of boots here. What else do we want? I think we want, yep, to pass over this suit of heavy chainmail. We could also pass over that Fireblade or even Frostbringer. Both of them are pretty much the same in terms of effectiveness. There we go. We'll give that item there. We'll, oh, you already have a pair of boots. Never mind, you don't need those. And that increases your strength to 110, which is absolutely fantastic. What else do we want to have here? We want to pass this item over. We want to pass, I think there's another ring that we can also pass over. Who's holding onto the other ring? You're not holding onto it. Are you holding onto it? Somebody was holding on. There you are. Actually, we have a spare fire ring that we can just pass over. Why don't we just do that? There we go. And already your defense is at a ridiculously high number. There we go, 31, and we're going to be giving you a better shield, that is for sure. Most certainly we're going to be getting you a better shield. I wonder what shield will get you. Probably the half shield. But there we go. Now we have most of the equipment sorted out. We could start selling things here, and selling things here might actually be a really good idea. The armor smith is over there, and we'd best equip the remaining items that we need to give Siobhan, mainly that shield. There we go. How many shields do you have available for us? The answer is a lot of shields. The frame shield is there, the metal shield is there. I don't know which one of these I actually want to hand over. We could hand over a fair few nice items. There is the Dream Shield. It is just such a good item, and I might actually be tempted to... actually, that's probably better. If we give Siobhan the Dream Shield, that would be pretty good. Siobhan is actually really good with the Gaze of Khamulon, which we might actually give her. We might actually give her the Gaze of Khamulon for now. It might be a good idea. There we go, let's just pass that over, shall we? We'll give Tom the Fireblade again. It may not be the... Also, we have another red sword that, let's just get rid of that, shall we? Just throw that away in the store. We have no need to have that item whatsoever. The Gaze of Khamulon is actually really... Also, that damage drop there is substantial. It is a significant damage drop. But, actually, yeah, I think that's actually the best thing to do, because, that is... Actually, that's not a lot of defense at all. No, that's not a lot of defense at all. We don't want to do that. I was thinking that might be the right thing to do, but actually, no, it's not. The Dream Shield is best given to Siobhan here. There we go. You have that, and you have that. 18, the main reason she has 4 is that she just has 4 attack as standard, which plugs up the hole in the attack difference quite nicely. Also 28 or 38 protection. Also very good. We could sell off some of these random items that we have. There we go, we'll just get rid of these, because we don't need them. We don't need a lot of things now. We'll hold on to the pair of boots that Siobhan has, though. We'll get rid of the studded cap. Goodbye, studded cap, and goodbye, leather shield. We're also going to have to do quite a bit of training, but I'm sure we'll have plenty of time to do that. We'll have plenty of time to do a lot of things, and Harriet is carrying way too much, which is basically all of the gold that she has, and switching out that bolt rifle there is a good idea. We're probably going to be getting a few more bolt rifles before we go to the second part of the final leg of the game, because Syrah has been using that crystal throwing axe for a very long time. And where is the weapons merchant? I know there's a weapons merchant somewhere. Like mixed goods, and maybe there isn't a weapons merchant here. Either way, oh, there it is. Never mind, we were literally right next to it. There we go, we'll just manipulate that door, and we'll get rid of a lot of items that we're holding on to. And by a lot of items, I mean a lot of items. 2 bolt throwers here. We could go all the way to Omajo to sell these, but we're going to be getting quite a good deal right here. 500 gold there. And another 500 gold here, and another 500 gold, and we're not going to sell any more of them right now, purely because the characters are probably, going to be overburdened now. We want to pass a lot of this gold over to Tom here, who can carry an awful lot of gold, and Siobhan can also carry an awful lot of gold. So we're going to make sure that we can carry all the gold that we have before we move on, and use that gold for some very good means indeed. We basically want to make sure that we can get a lot of training, and not just training with long and close range combat for Siobhan, but also a lot of training for, also there is no limit to the number of bolt throwers he can take, well, up until 99. You could in theory have 99 bolt throwers, but remember when I said that we weren't worried about spending all of that money that we got before? This is why. Because now we have 4,000 gold, and now we have 5,000 gold. We have more than enough gold, and really we only need to hold on to as much gold as we need to train with. And do we have... that's fine. You have more than enough carry capacity there. You don't. You've definitely gone over. So 700 gold is going to be passed over to Siobhan, who can easily carry it. Harriet is probably very overburdened. Yep, that's not surprising. And that has been dealt with. And Melthus is now overburdened, but we're not going to worry about that because Melthus has a lot of bolt throwers to sell. There are certainly better places you can go and sell these. You can go and sell them in Omajo. Omajo is actually the best place to sell them. Definitely the best place. Also, might as well just pass over this item here. Over there. There we go. And there are even better places possibly, but right now we're just selling everything that we have because we need all the money to do a lot of training for critical hit. Critical hit is the main thing we're going to be making sure is at as high a level for some of the characters as possible. Not Siobhan, but everyone else, because we're not going to be having Siobhan in the party for that long. Also, I think that is an entirely spare helmet. I think it is an entirely spare helmet. Let's just get rid of that, shall we? Who has that at the moment? Is it Syrah that has it? I think it's... No, it isn't. It's Harriet. Harriet is holding on to the spare helmet. There we go. 300 gold. Not bad. But I think everyone has finally got rid of all of their pesky bolt throwers that they've been holding on to. And I was originally planning on actually using the pistol against Khamulon, but as you can see, we didn't need it. And also, we are now up to about 10,000 gold. You're holding 3,000. You're holding 700. We'll pass over 700 gold to I have no idea what happened there with that money. It just sort of turned into a pixelated mess there. You cannot actually carry that much gold. That is something I've got to... you can't carry more than 3,000 gold, or about 4,000 gold. You are overburdened substantially. What are we going to do here with your overburdenedness? Let's see, you're carrying too much. You're not carrying. You're getting close, actually, to carrying too much. We might have made a critical mistake. We have returned from quite a lot of off-screening, because I had to solve the minor problem of having 9,000 gold and no way to move with it. But I did solve it, and I've used the gold for quite a lot of good things. For starters, Tom now has 5 out of 8 critical hit, and Drer has maxed out at 5 out of 5 critical hit, which is fantastic. It means they'll be doing critical hits a lot more often in combat, and anybody that had any spare points to train for long range or close range has had as much training as they possibly can, with the exception of Malthus, who I thought was already at maximum in close range, but there are a couple of points that he could have done when we were in Jirinaar. I've also cleared out all of the items in our inventory that we really don't need. So the shadow swords have gone, the crystal daggers have gone, and anything that I don't think that we need right now, or that I could easily rebuy, has been gotten rid of. And our inventories have generally been sorted out, with the exception of Tom's, unfortunately, which is still cluttered with loads of really plot important items that he can't get rid of, even though they're really not that plot important anymore. For instance, the Hunter Clan key, which we are never ever going to get rid of. The other thing that I've done is that I've bought more bolts for both Harriet and Syrah so that they have 200 bolts apiece, and Syrah now has a bolt rifle, which accounted for about a third of all of the money that we had. The bolt rifles are really expensive. And I also found an item in Umajo that I may be tempted to buy at some point, the third crystal throwing axe that you can get. It would be a really good backup weapon for when we get another person that specializes in ranged combat. But the lesson to take away from all of this is that items are far more portable when it comes to gold, because gold is really heavy, and 9,000 gold coins, well, that kind of overburdened absolutely everyone. But hey, lesson learned, and it's very unlikely that I'm ever going to have that much gold ever again. We'll still have quite a lot, but I don't think we'll get to those heady heights of 10,000 or 9,000 gold. So when we come back, folks, we're going to head back to Umajo, where we need to go and get the secret of the metal makers, and much like Khamulon, they're not going to be giving it away to us, even if we tell them that the world is in peril. And this guy has no idea where to face. He's going, oh, do they want me? No, they don't need me. Do they need me? No, they don't need me. Do they now? No. What about now? No. He'll just keep doing that forever. Until next time, folks, where we'll leave and then he'll stop doing that. So I'll catch you next time, folks, and I'll see you then. Later. Whoever thought that 9,000 gold would be a problem, eh? Maybe they just need like a wooden cart for somebody to carry along. But no, they can't have a wooden cart. There's no space in the party for one. No space at all. Later.